So, looking at the bracket here, Homewreckers has actually been waiting here in losers finals from the winner's side of the bracket. They got knocked into the losers side of the bracket, but sitting in losers winners side. So, they've been waiting for this moment here to be against the team that made it all the way through losers side of the bracket, and that is Div 9. So, we will see Homewreckers versus Div 9. I Havoc told me I thought this was a best of 5, but the website says best of 3, so I'm not completely sure which one it is off the top of my head. But either way, we are going to see two really good teams up against each other. Game 1 is going to be Splat Zones on Macomart.
Looking at the map list, it seems like it's best of 5 since it has 5 maps.
Perfect. So this is, yes, best of 5. The website says best of 3, but it's actually best of 5. So losers, winner side of the bracket, we're going to see a best of 5 here. And Div 9 versus Homewreckers.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting match. What is it? I am a little bit sad that the backline team lost, but yeah, Div 9 played really well. They deserve it.
Yeah, Div 9 did a really good job, and they showed us how strong they are and how much they deserve to go through the bracket to get to this point of the tournament. So right now we are starting game 1 of losers winner side of the bracket. Div 9 coming out with their backlineless comp once again for Splat Zones on Macomart. 2 double armor, of course, again, similar comps to what we've seen from them. And on the other side, for Homewreckers, we're seeing a Ballpoint, Junior, Tetris, and Kensa shot. So let's see what happens.
A ballpoint is somewhat interesting. I don't see too many ballpoints. It's not like it's an unused weapon, but I just don't see too much of them.
Yeah, ballpoints right now in the meta are definitely a lot rarer than they used to be, so I think that is definitely interesting that Rydia has picked a ballpoint, and it's proven well for them at the first portion of this match because they, the team, Homewreckers has the zone on their side. They had the lead, but Div 9 has proven to push up here and get the zone back in their control, and they have no penalty. So they're pushing the zone points down right now to get the lead on their side.
Hold on, is that Violet? Is Violet?
Yes.
Okay. You know, it'd be kind of funny if what is it? We were talking about how Pony, if Pony was on Div 9, so it'd be kind of funny to see Rising Matrix versus Rising Matrix.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Anyways, actually, no. 3 down on the side of that would be Div 9, with only the Junior standing. The Junior is fairly close. Yeah, they got armor, so they should be able to push it. Ooh, armor jet. Let's go. Let's see what this can do. For this entire tournament, we've seen the arm jets do really well. Let's see. They got 1 assist. They zoned pretty well actually. Although they only on paper it seems like not the best jet since they only got an assist. I'd say that jet actually caused a lot of disorder.
Yeah, that jet caused the other team to move around a lot to try and avoid it, so I think that was really good. And Div 9's Sammy's teammates with that inkjet were able to recognize that and push up through it, so I think that put on a lot of pressure for them, and it helped them be able to push up and get the zone back in their control. So right now, Homewreckers actually has the zone back in their control. They're counting down their 20-point penalty. They do have the lead, but I mean, they have 2 down right now as Div 9 is starting to push up and try and get a few more picks to get the zone back on their side.
Yeah, as I was looking at the fight that was happening in zone, I think it was Junior versus Try. I was like, no, Junior's gonna lose. They basically had to leave. They can try to hold as long as they can. Which is good, but they're eventually gonna have to leave. Let's see. This is looking really sticky, really tricky for Ballpoint, and yeah, they do get rushed by the Junior and by some other weapons. So let's see who is trying to come in from the right. Ooh, Tetris over at the right. There's a lot of focus on the right, actually. The junior turns over to the left, and apparently the L3 was also there too. No, L3 was on the right. I think Splash B on the left. Let's see. There's actually 3 down on the side of, that would be Homewreckers.
And
With,
it's really important to note too that through that interactions, all those interactions we were just watching, Div 9 was actually just able to swap the lead back on their side, and they're already pushing it down to 10 points, under 10 points. Right now, this is the moment where Homewreckers has to push up and try and cap the zone if they
And
want to stay in this game 1.
I don't think they can. Looking at the weapons that are alive, they aren't going to win the paint battle. And no, it was K-Shot and Tetris versus, I think there was a junior and L3, I think.
For Div 9, yes.
Yes. Okay.
And
Yeah,
Splash.
and a splash. Yeah, you're not gonna outpaint that. As a While K-Shot and Tetris can paint, they're not gonna outpaint a junior and an L3 and a splash. Like those are just some really good painting weapons. Junior being really good with L3 and splash being like really good weapons to paint with.
Mhm.
Splash being better than L3. I would think. Let's see. Zones on Albacore. Now, Albacore is a map where range is king. Typically, we'd see juniors swap to NZAPs or H3s if they're crazy. What is it? So, what do you have to say about this map? What are some predictions you have?
So right now in the bracket, this is actually a counter pick. So this is Homewreckers counter pick, and I think this is actually a really good counter pick on their side since, like you said, Splatzone's Albacore is known for range weapons. So I think it's good on them to recognize that Div 9 hasn't been playing any type of anchor or backline weapon, and they're going to try and hopefully utilize having range on their side versus Div 9. So I think that's really good. That's a really strong counter pick from them.
If what is it? Div 9 can do this, and they identified what we were talking about how what is it? The anchor might be a problem for them. They could, if they have someone who can play this, use a tent to help them put like a get in. But I don't think they have anyone who can play that, so we're probably not going to be seeing a tent. Nope, we're not seeing a tent. And that's fine.
It looks like they are Div 9, so to try and, make up for the range difference, they're using a 96 scal as their range, but they also have that 52 that has a Booyah Bomb. So maybe they're hoping, hey, we can use these 2 weapons for the range. And wow, Div 9 immediately started this map here by getting the zone and also getting 2 picks on Homewreckers. So they started out very strong here, even though they quote-unquote don't have much range. I mean, they're doing a great job at having an instant impact of this match.
Yeah, that inkjet could have done a fair amount of Violet just coming in, just taking out that inkjet. That was nice. Let's see. Yeah, they have zone. Violet just going into the right, just making sure the what is it? That would be Div 9 just doesn't have their right, just taking control for them. Hopefully, spreading out their attention. Even if Violet doesn't get any kills, but that's not necessary. That Tetra weakening the junior and taking out someone else, but that was not enough.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, they tried definitely with that splashdown and sharking there to be able to get those picks. And I love that Div 9 pushed up immediately recognizing their man advantage and pushed up, painted the zone. Right now, Homewreckers is coming back, but looks like Lord here with this junior is doing a really good job at just keeping the zone, throwing bombs, and waiting for their teammates to come up. This is perfect example of what juniors can do to be able to keep the zone and just support their teammates the way Lord is.
Yeah, he's actually doing a fairly good job at, just being a junior, just being a support, just painting the zone. What is it? Not only that, but he's also providing jumps, something that the backline would normally do, which I guess in this case he'd want the junior to do since they'd be the one playing the most safe. What is it? So, although Div 9 doesn't really have an anchor, they have someone filling a somewhat pseudo anchor role in the sense of they're getting their teammates back in the fight by just being a living beacon.
Yeah, that was a really good job for them to be able to hold the zone like that and get constant jumps in. So now the zone has actually switched over to Homewreckers' side. And as I was saying that, the zone swaps immediately back over to Div 9's side, and it's just the Tetra. The Tetra is called out there as well. Div 9 just doing a really good job at just making sure they know where everyone is, making sure they, are aware of the other team's specials. I mean, they're just playing everything so smoothly, and we can see them here just pushing up together to get picks on Homewrecker as well. So it looks like it's just the Tetra player right here. We see Mori on the right side of the screen there, trying to get in a position to wait for their teammates.
I'll be honest, seeing that, looking at Violet's POV and just seeing two of their teammates die, popping missiles and being like, well, I'm dead. That was just so painful. That was a good Booyah Bomb, though. Good on, I think that would be Div 9, yeah.
Yeah, really, really well played there by Div 9. And when Homewreckers was able to come back into the zone and use their specials, it was working out for them. But I think that just Div 9 had... It seems like they have not only awareness of the game, but they also have like really good synergy, and they know how to play around each other really well. So I think that was really showing through for them for that match as well.
Yeah, it's just Div 9 is just playing really well together. They're, like you said, just good synergy. They just know what to do. Now let's see. What is Violet gonna... What map mode are they gonna pick? Wait, yeah, what map mode they're gonna pick? Just had to check if they're the counter pick. And yeah. Oh, the zone's on Anchovy.
Okay,
Yeah,
we got another splat zones, and we're back on Anchovy. So I think that, Homewreckers immediately, they all pressed A there. As we can see, they are ready to go. This is their counter pick. They must be comfortable with it. So let's see what happens.
it must be their never lose map. Some teams seem to have that. Let's see. So we're seeing the... I'm wondering, did Div 9 took a little bit to change? I think what they might have done is just change their drip a bit. It seems like the weapons didn't change. But on both sides, their weapons did not change. See, we see that fast armor. I think Div 9's armor was a little bit faster, but it might not matter too much. Yeah, there we go. Homewrecker is just coming in, wrecking house. And then getting wrecked. Okay.
Yeah, both we saw Homewreckers there get the zone right away. Looks like they were playing setting up for like defense almost, and gonna try and let Div 9 come to them, but Div 9 just completely steamrolled into the zone there and was able to cap it and then instantly take out I think it was 3 members of Homewreckers. So Div 9 right now trying to push up and control the zone, but I think that Homewreckers did a really good job at coming back together. They waited for each other, they waited for specials to be able to push in. We're seeing Rydia here has that rain ready too, but it looks like they're holding it, which is really smart, and waiting to use that rain for Div 9's pushback in.
I think they're going to want to use it pretty soon, because the pushback is happening now. I'd say they want to use it about... they don't need to use it now, actually, but they need to use it soon. That pushback's gonna happen. It's happening now. It's happening right now. Let's see.
Yeah, Rydia did use their rain, and that has really helped secure them to be able to get the lead. So in that exchange there, Homewreckers was able to get the lead. They had their specials at the ready, and right now Homewreckers has no penalty right now. So right now Div 9 knows, as they're going into the last 10 seconds of Homewreckers' penalty here, that they need to push up and just at least cap the zone.
Yeah, they do cap the zone, and this looks like a case where they can also hold the zone. Now, it seems like Div 9's really going to push up, because just they're an aggro comp, they're a backlineless comp. They're really going to have to push up and just make sure the backline cannot set up. Pony over here is just trying to get their armor, which is fair. I'd like to see someone put a plan to get onto their plat. it seems like the Splash has that plan. Since they're fighting over on the what is it? Over on the right fan. Let's see, Junior over here just holding zone, painting zone. I don't think they can hold it for long though. Nope. Ooh, wait. Let's see, can the Tetra win the 1v1? Yes, they can! No, but they have to win another 1v1 now. Now it's a 2v1. I don't think Homewrecker. Oh, never mind. Homewreckers get the zone. I am
Yeah,
commentators.
there were members there jumping to the Tetra really fast, and I think that Div9 was a little bit scared to approach the Tetra, so those members were able to jump in, paint the zone. And right now, it's just, there's so much going on back and forth in the zone. Finally, Div9 is able to cap the zone and then paint up a little bit around us. There's 3 members of Homewreckers down. So Div9 here trying to paint up the map, get at the ready. There's some jump-ins on Div9's street. Okay, I didn't notice that until we saw that overhead view. So good on Div9 for kind of, you know, keeping an eye on that, but also not feeding into that. So I think that has secured them to be in a position to keep the zone and have Sammy here push up with this inkjet also.
I think this is also that inkjet also really helped solidify their hold. I don't think Homewreckers really in a position to come up with any real push, unless they come up with a really lucky flank, which their lucky flank, quote unquote, just fell flat. Yeah, that inkjet really just stopped any real hope of a push. They really just relied on a clutch at that point. And Div9 takes the 3-0.
Yeah,
No.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was okay. Despite the fact it was a 3-0, I still think both teams fought pretty well. Like I still enjoyed seeing Homewrecker fight. They put up a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
It was just Div9 was just doing really well.
Yeah, Div9's synergy, their just awareness of the map, of, you know, what's going on the other team. You know, does the other team have their specials ready? Is the other team trying to push in? I mean, they did such a great job at recognizing all of that. So that means that with Div9 winning that set versus Homewreckers 3-0, that means that Div9 is actually going to be moving up to fight Indigo in Grand Finals.